You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh.
So a report came out today that Dawn Robinson, for those of you who don't know who she is, Dawn Robinson is one of the founding members of the iconic 90s group and early 2000s In Vogue. I mean, I was a big fan of In Vogue, still am. They had so many hits, so millions of albums. But she came out today and revealed that she has been living in her car. And I have to admit, like, the first thing that came to my mind was like, F the music industry and those contracts, man. Like, what's up with that? Because there's no reason why Dawn Robinson, who was a part of, like I said, this iconic group, should be living in her car. Now, I don't know her personal life. I don't know all that has happened to her. There can be a lot of different reasons why these things happen. I was listening actually to Eric Benet. He made a post on TikTok and he was talking about how, we've lost a lot of legends recently and just how sad it was that some of them were really living kind of in squalor conditions. And he mentioned he's in the music industry. And he said, it's a lot of times for a lot of different reasons. But regardless, it's just sad to see our legends suffer in this way. Now, with Dawn, what did give me a little bit of peace was that she seemed to be at peace with where she was.
My aim is to inspire and to let people know that you're capable of anything. No matter what the odds are against you, you are capable of anything. You're capable of everything. Whatever you think you can't do, you can do that thing. Like, come on, man, this is life.
She kind of took a spiritual, I guess you could say, point of view with it. But she did admit that if she had her way, she would be in an apartment, but she was just okay with where she is. And she seemed hopeful for her future. But let's talk a little bit about her future. Like, to me, she needs better advisors because I get that you're no longer with your group members in Vogue. That happens. Group members sometimes don't always get along and then they split up or certain members leave. That's been going on for decades with many groups. But you still were a part of this iconic group. So I'm just shocked that she doesn't have an advisor or a manager who can put her on her own path towards, at least, in my mind, just based off of her name, making at least $60,000, and I'm lowballing. Really, she should at least make $100,000 a year. And to me, if you're making $60,000 to $100,000 a year, no, you probably can't afford to per se live in maybe LA or New York, these kind of high price areas, but you can find a low price area and live and rent an apartment. I'm not saying you're about to be rich, but rent an apartment because look, she has a great voice. She was one of the top voices of In Vogue. She sang lead, I believe, on one of my favorite songs, Don't Let Go. She was also part of another group called Lucy Pearl. Some of y'all may remember them. They had, from what I remember, one album, which I bought and loved, the hit song Dance Tonight. I believe she co-wrote that song along with Raphael Saadiq. And the group consisted of her, Raphael, and Ali from A Tribe Called Quest. So she's had like hits. She has hits under her belt. So with hits under your belt and you already having a gift, a great voice, get with a great arranger, put together your own show and try to get maybe some corporate gigs or even do some weddings. And I think you can at least call yourself Dawn Robinson, formerly of In Vogue, because In Vogue is still out here performing. In fact, Maxine just rejoined, who I think also faced some financial hardships, but she just rejoined In Vogue. So I get it. They're out there performing. So Dawn maybe can't go out there and say she's In Vogue, but she can say she's formerly of In Vogue, I would think, and sing some of these songs. Because look, I look at it like, some of y'all may know the Supremes from way back in the day, Motown era. The Supremes had three founding members. Diana Ross, of course, the legend. Love Diana Ross. They're all legends. Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson. Now, Florence Ballard, she passed away at quite a young age in the 70s. Mary Wilson was not the main singer of the group. We all know Diana Ross was, but once Diana Ross left, Mary Wilson kept the Supremes going for some time during the 70s. They even had some hits, but once they disbanded, she found her own lane. Even though she didn't really lead on any of their hits, she still figured out how she could still perform those songs and make her money and go on tour. I think she did have some financial hardships in her life, but she still figured out a way. In fact, I remember her doing a report, and I believe they said she estimated about maybe $1 million a year at one point. I don't know if it was consistent, but the point is she found her way. She hustled. So I don't see any reason why Dawn Robinson can't do the same. I know it's easier said than done, but put together a plan, get a better advisor. And like I said, I think you can at least make six figures per year just doing some gigs, some corporate gigs, some weddings, like I said. So, but I'm praying for her. I hate to see this. I just saw a clip the other day with one of the DeBarges. He was living in squalor conditions as well. I believe it's James DeBarge. Now, I know they dealt, this is open, like this has been said in documentaries. I think they dealt with some substance issues. So like I said, I don't know all of the reasons why Dawn is in this situation. I believe she says she's going to be working on a documentary. Some of y'all may be wondering, why does she not have any family, etc. I believe she's estranged with some of her family. I think she said she doesn't talk to her sister, and it was just hard to live with her parents because she and her mother butt heads. So there's a lot there. But like I said, she has this talent and she can use it. She's beautiful. She could still go out there and do her thing, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts? Leave them below. I'm Stacey Brewer, and this has been H Blues Word. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.